Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hinches with Beyond the Chart, and this is technical analysis of the stock market today. Today is Monday, November 17th, 2014. And we're going to take a look at the markets the way we usually do. Then we're going to take a look at Apple, Twitter, and Adobe. I think that's it. And then I've got a new trade idea on Micron Technology. Okay, let's start off with the Dow here. The Dow was down or up 13 points today. Really doesn't, again, we're getting more of the same. We're just getting really tight trading in here. Another little doji bar. I've talked about this. And we're, riding the upper end of the Keltner channels. We're outside the top end here of this broadening top. Let's take a look at the SPX. Same type thing. About 5 days worth of basically sideways move, going sideways. Had this one tall one right in here. The indicators aren't really showing. The indicators are flatlining too. So, and it's making it a little difficult with the volatility getting really tight to hit targets on some of these things right now. But, that'll change. So take a look at the Nasdaq. Similar type thing. Nasdaq was down 17 points. So we had a little bit of a mixed market. The Dow up 13, the S&P 500 up 1.5, and the Nasdaq down 17. So, yeah, here we are. Now the Russell 2000, let me go to New York first. New York Composite, similar type thing. Again, sideways consolidation. And, but again, it hasn't made the move up here like the other markets have. I've talked about that. Russell 2000 has continued this pullback after this big reversal bar in here off of this trend line. Okay, this is, again, this is that 5-year trend line, 5.5-year trend line. And so now it's pulled back down below the 10. And this is the first one of the indices, I think, to get a close here below the 10-day moving average. 10-day EMA, I call it, exponential moving average. So let's verify that. That's correct. That's correct. Nothing else is closed below the 10. Okay, so the Russell, again, and I think the Russell kind of led to the downside earlier back here, got weaker earlier, it seemed like. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at short-term trading index. This has gotten a little low. The pulled down, the 10-day has pulled down a little bit, but again, not at an extreme, so no extreme reading there. The VIX jumped up today, okay, and I thought, something might be happening, and it's the highest high reading on the VIX in what, 2, 4, 6, 7 days, highest close in like 8 days on the VIX. So, and it's above the 10, so we'll see if we're starting to get some movement of some kind in here. Seemed like I had something else. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing the high-low indicator. Let me find it. It is here. Okay. So the high-low today, 113 more net new highs versus new lows. And the 10-day has just started to cross below the 21. Okay. Now, we've had times, the last 2 times where that happened led to something. Okay. And I talked about that. We have had, a number of times where it kind of flopped back and forth on that. But so I'm watching this pretty close in here. We'll see what happens. We've had several days of trading below the 10, and we'll see if this starts to roll over some way, somehow. Okay, that is it on the market. We had 1 day, and it didn't do a whole heck of a lot. So let's jump into the stocks we look at on rotation. Okay, we're starting off here with Apple. Apple has hit the price target that I had for this move, for this minor wave 5 up, which completes this intermediate wave 3. And the target I have is about 116, in the 115 to 117 range up in here. It hit the upper end of the channel, hit that price target. So now there's nothing that says it couldn't keep pushing I'm just saying that it's hit my minimum that I was looking for, the expectation that I had. So now I'm on alert for rolling over and pulling back. So we've had one intermediate wave, a second intermediate wave, 5 minor waves within the intermediate wave 3. Okay, had a big extended wave 3 in here, which you normally, a lot of times the third wave is the strong extended wave in here. And so as a result, these 5 minor waves then created this long extended wave 3 here. Okay, so now I'm expecting a pullback, and the real question is, to where will it pull back? And I'm guessing it's going to pull back down and maybe close this gap. So that'd be close to 100 on a pullback, but we'll have to kind of refine that. I mean, if I start looking at the top of wave 1 to the top of wave 3, intermediates, okay, the intermediate waves, if I create a parallel line and bring it to the, if I can grab it, bring it to the bottom of 2, then we would be looking at, and let me get rid of this so it's not too confusing, get rid of these other trend lines. Then we'd be looking at a pullback for wave 4 down to this trend line. So somewhere in this area is what I'd be expecting. Now, again, it's going to take a little while. So, I mean, as you, I mean, it's going to, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I mean, it's not going to happen in a couple of days anyway. So it's not going to come down this quickly. And this line is rising off to the right. So we'll just have to watch and see. Boy, I had to grab some water there. All of a sudden, my voice is just getting shot. All right, so we'll just have to watch to see how the waves, number one, we've got to get it to start rolling over first. And then number 2, we'll have to watch to see how the waves unfold on a pullback. So what is my expectation? That we have a 4th intermediate wave that pulls back, then a 5th intermediate wave up. And then I think that's the end of the impulse move. Okay, so that's it on Apple. Coming back, Twitter. Twitter is just, I had this breakdown in here, which we played. It has now come in and filled, see this low right here? It filled this gap. See this big gap over here? The high on this bar is 38.92. The low on this bar, 38.81. So it filled the gap. It completed the space in terms of coming down here. So now it's been doing some pretty wild little fluctuations in here. Can't really tell what it's doing. It is in a little bit of a downtrend. No real, picture on terms of where it's going, what it's doing, other than the fact that it still seems to be trending to the downside. Let's see, the head and shoulders move, the actual minimum move was projected to be about here. So ideally, I mean, it got pretty close on this. So, I mean, it could be pushing a little bit further to the downside. We'll have to watch. The other one I was going to look at is Adobe. Adobe looks like it's trying to break down. And I talked about this yesterday as one of the stocks I'm watching on the trade ideas list. I would like to see my indicators a little bit more aligned negative on this at this. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to watch for the next bar tomorrow and see what happens on this. But we could be getting real close for an entry on Adobe. And again, just as a quick refresher, I think Adobe could be doing a big top in here, a big head and shoulders top. And this could be a right shoulder that's about to start coming down. So that's what it's right now. It's starting to play out that way. Okay, and the last one we're going to take a look at tonight is Micron Technology. And Micron also looks like it's starting to roll over. And so I've got a trade idea I'm going to put out. I don't have it on the web page yet. I'll put it out here this evening. I have the details of the entry. I'm not saying to enter where it closed today. I needed to prove it to me a little bit more. But we've got a little setup that we'll play and see if it'll work. Right now it seems to be doing that and starting to roll over. So let's take a look at the indicators. Start off with the demand index. Demand index has gone negative. The DI minus is greater than DI plus. And the RSI is now gone below 50. Okay, so I like to see it below 50 when I'm looking to sell or buy puts. And I like to see it over 50 when I'm buying calls. I mean, that's the ideal situation. So anyway, right now that's accommodating us. So we're going to look to see if we can get in and see if we can catch a little move here. So that's it for tonight, Micron Technologies. I will be back out tomorrow morning with an update on Celgene, Goldman Sachs, Delta Airlines, and United Continental. We'll take a look at those. And then on Wednesday, we'll have another market update and look at a few Chinese stocks and go from there. All right, everyone have a great Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll see you on the next video.